So, you want to know more about how to gain organic followers on Instagram for free? Well, that's why we're here today. Today, we're gonna go over other important aspects of the Instagram algorithm, and we're gonna answer questions such as, does your Instagram profile pic make a difference when it comes to getting Instagram likes? Do your Instagram highlight covers or Instagram story highlights or Instagram story covers make a difference when it comes to getting free followers? Well, I'm sure you've at least stumbled upon some really cool looking profiles, so we're gonna discuss your Instagram aesthetic. Did you know that there's an Instagram search? Did you know that your Instagram name, Instagram username, or Instagram handle in your Instagram bio could possibly be getting you free exposure, like free views, free likes, free followers? Don't worry, I will show you how to optimize for that. We're also gonna build on our technique for forming an Instagram caption. I'm gonna help you make a template for your Instagram captions, and then I will help you find Instagram captions that are great and applicable for your own profile and your own style of posting. Now, we've already talked about the best time to post on Instagram generically, but let's talk about the best time to post on Instagram for you, because there are different best times to post on Instagram. And it's not just from creator to creator. There is an individual best time for different styles of content that you're posting, depending if you're posting an Instagram reel or even if you're going on Instagram live. They all have different optimal times. Once we have the basics, we're gonna talk about all of the new Instagram features and the old Instagram features that you should be using. They are so important when it comes to getting favored in the Instagram algorithm. And no, I'm not just talking about Instagram Reels, but I want to teach you how to leverage other features on Instagram like Instagram guides, Instagram posts, Instagram Live. Let's talk about all of them. Now, this video is going to be full of very tangible techniques that you can be using to gain Instagram followers for free organically, but it's all gonna fall apart if you don't follow the very last tip that I'm gonna give you. So stick around to the very end because every tip is so important, but again, they all kind of build on each other. After a lot of positive feedback on how to gain Instagram followers part 1, I stopped posting on Instagram for a month and I let all of my following and all of my momentum just completely disappear and die. Just to show you that you can go from actually losing followers to getting picked back up into the algorithm and gaining tens of thousands within weeks. Over the last 6 months, we've grown over 100,000 followers. I know that sounds insane, and it is, it really is insane. But I followed the exact same techniques, which is why I'm making this part 2, because I've proven that lightning can strike twice. A lot of the concepts in this video are going to build on top of the concept that we talked about in part 1. So if you haven't watched that, I would highly suggest going and watching that first, or I guess after this as well. But that's enough talking. Let's get to it. And before we get started, make sure you subscribe for massive growth on Instagram. Look, as shallow as it might seem, your Instagram aesthetic plays a huge role in whether or not you are going to gain Instagram followers. From your Instagram captions, to the Instagram fonts that you use in your Instagram bio, all the way to your Instagram stories and the Instagram fonts that you use there. There is a ton to cover on this topic. It could be multiple videos on its own. So let's get started with the goods. Your face. What I mean is your Instagram profile pic. You need a clickable Instagram profile picture. It's as simple as that. Instagram stories have taken over our Instagram feed in order to keep us fed with this bite-sized content. The way that we view our story and other people's story is by tapping on your Instagram profile pic. How do you know if your profile picture is clickable? Well, I've made like a little checklist for you right here. Does your Instagram profile pic pop? What do I mean by pop? Is it bright? Does it have a lot of contrast? And what are the colors like? Are they bright? Are they saturated? Is there any color? Does it even represent your page well? What type of content do you post? Is it photos of something that you're interested in? Do you have a theme? Or are you a landscape photographer? Or are you a foodie? Or maybe you're just starting a brand. Having a bold, clickable Instagram profile picture means a lot more than just getting Instagram story plays. This is subliminal marketing. Every time you post, every time you show up either in somebody's feed or at the top of their feed, that is the first thing that they're gonna see from you. Now that you have a very clickable Instagram profile picture, we should make sure that we are still putting a ton of effort into our Instagram stories. They don't have to be like overly organized, but they still have to be a high enough quality that people want to watch them. Because the more that people engage with your profile and your Instagram stories, the more often you're gonna get suggested at the very top of their feed. The most powerful tools for your Instagram aesthetic is going to be presets and templates. Both of these tools are very important in keeping consistency in your content, and it makes it so easy for you. A few taps on your phone and you have a professional, high quality image that's just gonna stand above your very average average and typical content. There are a few things that you should consider when you're trying to make a unique template. Upon first thought, we might not dive that deep into it, but we really should. For example, think about the placement of your text. Do you usually put it at the top of your screen, the bottom of the screen, or in the center? What are the colors that you use with your Instagram stories and your feed? What about the style of music? Music says a lot about a person. And do you typically use photo content or video content for your stories? I know it sounds like these might not make a big difference, but if you're very consistent with them, over time it can make quite the difference. People might actually really notice it. Now, why do you need to even focus on your Instagram aesthetic? Now, beyond just getting followers, it's very important if you want to monetize your Instagram. Brands need to know whether or not they can fit into your content. By creating a style for yourself, brands know if they align with you and or if you can even include their products in your content. And even stories. Brands invest a ton of money into Instagram stories. As soon as you have 10K followers, you get that swipe up, and then you're in business. Create engaging stories by using a bunch of the tools that Instagram already provides you. Ask questions, create polls. Because remember, your Instagram stories can eventually become Instagram highlights. And Instagram highlights add a lot of personality to your page. People can learn a lot about you just from those. Now, again, I personally use Canva for my templates for my stories, and then I've made my own Lightroom presets. Because when you have a preset, it literally takes 30 seconds to open up Lightroom Mobile, tap on your preset, and there's instantly a massive difference in the increase of professionalism in your stories, even if it's just an iPhone photo. I develop presets specifically for my iPhone photos, and I'm always just blown away at how easy it is to make them look so good. Then I'll use my edited photos and pop them into Canva, which again is free, and that adds some dimension to them. Hopefully this explains why I'm emphasizing these tools so much. Like, you don't even have to go and use my presets. I just know that presets are so important in getting consistent quality content out. So find Instagram presets that either align with your style right now or a style that you want to develop. I'll put a link in the description to Canva and as well as my Instagram presets if you want to take a look. One of your most overlooked pieces of your Instagram is your Instagram name. No, I'm not trying to trick you. That's not your Instagram username or your Instagram handle. Your Instagram name is the bold text that is below your posts and followers and above your bio. Putting something like travel or photo or travel photo, travel photographer even, actually gives you an opportunity to appear in people's searches if they're following creators who follow you, essentially. What a lot of people don't realize is that you can be found through the Instagram search even beyond searching for your username. If you type in Colin the creator right now, you'll probably find me on Instagram. Not only does that give you new faces for your feed, which potentially means free followers, free exposure, but it actually can help you solidify yourself as a professional in your industry. If someone pulls up to your page and sees that, you know, it's kind of like a dominance thing. It's really bolded, right? It's one of the first things that will stand out to them. And lastly, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, but do not make your Instagram username too hard to search. Imagine you bump into your dream partner just like on the street, and you're trying to tell them your Instagram handle, and you're trying to say it through your mask because you don't want to touch their phone because that's not sanitary in today's age. Or like more realistically, if you were in a loud room and you had to give your information to a business opportunity, or someone for whatever reason didn't have their phone on set or didn't have a pen and paper and they couldn't write down your information, if your username is not exactly your first and last name and you made it like a bunch of different underscores and numbers, they're probably never gonna find you. And the other thing is that you can have fun changing your Instagram name. It can be like a stage name, like John Legend, Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? You don't have to have your first and last name as long as your bio, your Instagram handle, and username are already strategically made. It's a little bit more fun to say if you don't know my last name. And now people can just search Colin the Creator. Now, if you've given it some thought and you want to change it, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. It's super easy. Let's just go to your profile real quick. Now, all we have to do is go over here and tap on Edit Profile. Here is the spot for your username. Here is the spot for your Instagram name. And here's the spot for your Instagram bio. Now, be cautious. You can't change this all the time. I think you have like a window of 14 days where you can't change your name again. So maybe make a backup account if you want to just keep that username or handle just in case. And if somebody stole my first and last name and you want to just like go report them and just spam report them until they get removed, and that could be righteously bestowed by real name for Instagram. First of all, that'd be amazing. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. That's inciting harassment. So maybe don't do that, or at least don't tell anyone that I told you to. In order for social platforms to survive, they need to constantly release new features. In order for you to thrive on these social platforms, you should definitely use them, especially when they're first new. Essentially, they're trying something out and they have a lot of investors' money behind it and they need it to succeed, so they're going to give it a huge push because they're competing with other apps in the exact same realm of industry. Like, think about Instagram stories, and now of course there's Instagram Reels. Both of those are complete replicas of other apps that we may know. To be completely transparent with you, I honestly thought Instagram Reels was a joke. Especially because I love YouTube and I love making long format content. I thought Instagram Reels was going to be an absolute bust. I didn't think there was any purpose to it. And now over 100,000 followers in the last 6 months, I am so glad that I posted my very first Instagram Reel, because I wasn't going to. I honestly considered just posting it to my Instagram stories, and what a difference that would have made. It's not what I wanted to be known for necessarily. Posting an iPhone clip compared to videos that I used to spend weeks or months on was just totally out of the question. But yes, you are right, I have already made an entire video on how to make compelling reels. So I'm gonna stop talking about reels now, and we're gonna move on to the other features which you probably haven't given enough thought about. Let's talk about Instagram's carousels. Carousel is when you add multiple photos to your Instagram post. Those are those like swipe over posts, essentially. Now, I'm going to argue that most people I know do not utilize this enough at all. I remember the very first time we started seeing posts that were 2 or 3 days old on our feed, and everybody just got like so mad about it. They thought that they wanted chronological order, which, you know, we really don't. But like the idea of having such old content on our feed kind of just like blew our minds, because we're like, we need something new every 10 seconds. But that's because we didn't see the advantage to this and the advantage of using carousel. Now, I know it may sound silly to post multiple photos at once, especially as a creator and a photographer, but hear me out. The thing about having 2 photos in a single post, it actually gives you more shelf life on the app. If you refresh your feed and you see a post that's similar to one that you saw yesterday or the day before, take a look at that post and really look at the date that it was posted and which photo it was. Posting multiple photos gives you more shelf life on the app, because it will show your first photo the first day, and then if they've already seen that photo, the second photo is technically still fresh content to the followers, so they might show that the following day. That means that your posts have a second life. Like, that's insane. That's never happened. And I look at my analytics and it's very obvious to me that my carousels get exponentially more impressions on my homepage. And as you grow, these numbers are also going to grow. It's really a no-brainer. On top of that, remember how much of a bust Instagram TV was? But that doesn't mean that they didn't invest millions and millions of dollars into trying to make it work. So that means anyone who does use it has an advantage. What I'm really trying to get at is trying to stop you from self-sabotaging yourself. If you post the same type of content every single day, and I highly encourage you do post every single day, but if you post the exact same thing, you're technically competing with yourself, because our content can be shown for multiple days now. For instance, if you post a reel, and then a day or two later you post a video, and then a day or two later you post a photo, those types of content don't compete with each other. They're entirely different markets. You know, like Reels has its own feed. But if you post 5 photos over the next 5 days, every single day your photos are competing with your own photos to be in somebody's feed, especially if you're doing something like a carousel. Because remember, carousels can live for multiple days because you have multiple photos there. So posting different types of content not only just stops you from competing with yourself and ruining your own success, but it also just keeps Instagram happy, because they've invested so much money in it. They want anybody to use it, and if you are that person, they're gonna thank you for using it. So I would highly recommend posting a ton of different content that you never typically post. Like, if you want to post videos, go live. Don't compare yourself to people who are public speakers or professional video creators. Like, just have fun with it. Make an Instagram guide, post an Instagram reel, or go live. Break down your old habits and insecurities and just go have fun with the app. Because after a while of posting a variety of different content, you might have confidence in a ton of different fields. Like, you might be a way better public speaker. You might be way better at making videos. The idea is to just improve yourself without competing with yourself in the algorithm, and to just have fun, because it can be really fun to do something if you don't put all the pressure on yourself. You know, if you don't have experience in it, that should be an opportunity to grow and have fun, not necessarily a reason for you to feel terrible about something. Yes, In the last video, we did discuss the importance of Instagram captions, but I want to build off of that first video and give you some concrete examples and some tips to have better and higher performing Instagram captions. I feel like it is important to personalize your captions to the point where your followers should know that it's your post. Like, I want someone to be scrolling down their feed, see my caption, and know that's a Colin Dugan caption or photo or post or reel. Just from the way that I lay out my text, spacing, the style of content, the style of caption, the emotion to it. Remember, you are a leader. People are following you because they want the authentic you. So personalize it the way that you want. What I really mean by this is not to just find captions that really speak what you're trying to say, but also have a consistency in their length, their word choice, and the layout. Do you want your followers to know you for having good Instagram captions, funny Instagram captions, Instagram quotes? Maybe you just want to use one-word Instagram captions, or you use a lot of emojis. Doing this will create some sort of expectation from your Instagram followers when they see your Instagram captions, and that just makes it so much easier for you to create your captions on the fly if you need to. Like, if you wake up super late and you need to make a post and you're not feeling a specific type of way, at least you know the style and the formatting that somebody is expecting when they see one of your posts. That's beneficial for both you and your followers. Now, the format and aesthetic of your Instagram caption does not have to be anything absolutely insane. I typically space my text out every 2 to 3 lines, and I try to end it off with some emojis that are related to either what the photo looks like or the feeling in the post and the words that I use. I also used to do those like spaces and the ... before I put my Instagram hashtags in my actual Instagram caption, but now I've just been putting them in my comments just to clean up the aesthetic of my captions. Now, just like we did with our Instagram hashtags, utilize something like notes on your phone. You can stockpile ideas, phrases, jokes, and you can use it to format your text if you don't have the return button for the spacing, like the enter, just to like get you on the next lines. Apparently some people don't have that, and I do. So sorry, I didn't mean to mislead you there. This is a good workaround for it. And again, keep it personal. Like, really try to dig into how you're feeling. Maybe be a little bit vulnerable. Not only can this like diversify you from the rest of the people on Instagram and make you stand out, but it really adds to your character and who you are as a person. Again, mix it up, experiment for the first few weeks, and see if different styles of captions give you a different amount of response. Check your Instagram insights and see if there are more comments on certain types of captions than others, because people might even bookmark your post just because of your caption. And that's a very important thing for the algorithm. People are bookmarking your posts because you provided some sort of value, and overall you're helping people. Now, if you want some specific examples, because captions are so important, I was debating getting a few of my favorite creators and having them talk about the style of their captions and how they became unique in their own way. So if that's something that is of interest to you, please let me know in the comments, because it's kind of the only way that we can communicate and for me to know which types of videos you'd like to see next. I guess that's assuming that I can make it through all of these spam comments. That last video is insane. There is so many fake comments on that. Yeah, maybe comment that on a different video or send me an Instagram DM, because there's a little bit less spam there. When or what is the best time to post on Instagram? That is a very hot topic of conversation. What about your style of content? Is it different for different content, like Instagram Reels versus Instagram Stories? And what about like Instagram Live? In part 1, we did discuss using our Instagram analytics to narrow down our posting times. But that's really just not enough, because it's very general. I personally do not believe that there's like one specific time that is best for posting on Instagram. And I do really believe it's different for every style of post that you're gonna do. So we're gonna try and find your best time for posting on Instagram. There will be a lot of trial and error, but I'm gonna just be totally transparent with you and tell you my best times for posting. My best time to post an Instagram photo is going to be first thing in the morning, typically between 9 and 10 a.m. for where I am right now. Outside of analytics, why might morning be the best time for photos? Mornings are quiet. We're not ready for loud noises first thing in the morning. I'm sure we've all just like swiped out of Instagram or swiped up so fast when we hear a super loud noise or a weird noise like first thing in the morning or at an awkward time. Photos are very safe play, especially in the morning. Now, when I go to post video content, whether it's an Instagram reel or if it's just video clips that I've been shooting, I'm gonna be posting those at night. My best time for posting an Instagram video is gonna be 9 to 10 p.m. at night. Why might that be? Because people are just trying to wind down from their long, busy day, and they just want like something satisfying to just take their mind away. They just wanna watch reels. You just wanna like watch cool tricks or cool textures, maybe listen to some like ASMR, or those like meditative waterfall soundtracks. I see a huge uptake in my videos if I'm posting them at night. Also, I've noticed that my Instagram stories do very well at night. I don't know if it's because people are just working during the day or if I have a lot more followers overseas, but I'll wake up and see that there was a lot of views happening while I was asleep. They're gonna last for 24 hours anyway, but it makes me think about the type of content that I'm posting. Like if I need people to answer a question fast, or if I wanna go on Instagram Live, I'm probably gonna do that at night because I will get the best response. So yes, even outside of the statistics and analytics, I do believe there is a human element to different times of posting, and there are different best times of posts for different types of posts. But again, post at a time that makes sense for you. If you have to get up at 4 a.m. every morning, like, you don't necessarily have to post at 9 a.m. If you're in the middle of your shift, or if you're in the middle of doing something, like, don't get so stressed out about it. Or if you go to bed before 10 o'clock, which if you go to bed before 10 o'clock, please teach me how. Definitely find a time that is healthy and works for you. Maybe the last thing you do at night is give yourself an hour off of your devices, but the hour before that you post and engage with people. Try and keep it a healthy mix into your lifestyle, and don't try to warp your lifestyle around these things. Now it is time for our bonus. You are now ready. Okay, if you just skipped to this part, go back. You need to know all 5 tips to apply this one. I promise you. We have learned a lot today, but I promise you this is probably the key element of making it on Instagram. Consistency is very important. Posting frequently, using hashtags, posting at specific times, all of the extra steps and techniques that we've presented today are just small segments of the bigger overall picture. You need to be consistent with all of them, and not just posting. Frequency is not consistency necessarily. You will not get rewarded as much for posting 10 times today if you were to post once over the next 10 days consistently. When your account has some sort of predictability, these apps, these algorithms kind of understand what type of creator you are. When they understand that, they can help you find an audience. But if you're just like super random on your posts and like they have no idea what to expect, there's a higher chance that you will not make it. You know, there's a beautiful art of just being completely unpredictable, but at the same time, there is something wonderful about knowing when your favorite creator is going to post. Whether it's a vlog or a tutorial, that might be something that you love every single day. If you love and admire somebody's work and it inspires you, you know exactly when and where you can get that. These algorithms are going to pick that up. If you keep going to the same person's profile, the algorithm knows that they're gonna be posting, and they know to let you know. They know when you're gonna be active. Creating that predictability is very important for computers and analytics. But posting frequently and consistently still isn't enough. We need to be frequent and consistent with our styles of posts. You need to attack from all angles. I'm talking Instagram Reel, Instagram Stories, Instagram Live, Instagram photos, videos. Make IGTVs if you want, but just be consistent. See what sticks. See what's fun for you. See what's easy for you. You know, it doesn't have to be super insane, but like try all of these different things if you can. See what you have the capacity for and what you don't. You might find a lot of advantages to creating different styles of content too. Like I personally can create a ton of Instagram Reels very quickly. So I probably am going to be posting more Instagram Reels than I am photos or full-size videos. But that doesn't mean that I don't try to post the other things as well. You know, this is an opportunity for you to grow as a person and as a creator. I never would have thought that I had a knack for iPhone content until this year, until I posted that very first reel. It was literally just me testing out my new iPhone. And because I decided to use it as an Instagram Reel, which is something new to me and to the app, everything changed. Now I've given you insight on how to use all of these tools, but remember, without a purpose or without like actual care, it will probably fall flat. People can tell when you're not being authentic or when you don't care. It's very obvious. It's actually so hard to find people who are authentic that, you know, it actually really stands out when they are, which is so unfortunate, but that's how it is. People are going to connect with genuine opportunities to connect. So do your best to dig deep and find that opportunity for yourself and for others. But definitely have fun with your content. Make it an experience that you want to share with others, and others will share it with you back. It's that easy. And remember, it is totally cool to change. Change is not a bad thing. Change is like one of the only constant things in this entire world, actually. Evolve as you grow. Themes are definitely fun to look at, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay in the exact same place as a creator or a business. There are always more people on the app that are not following you than are going to be following you. There's always new opportunities to find those people, so try something new. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I want to let you know that I have one more secret tip for you just for making it this far. But first, I need to say thank you because this really shows me that this is valuable for you. And watching this far is very valuable for me. Like as much as subscribing, watching most of the videos does a lot for us creators on our end. And since we don't get paid to make these videos, the watch time means a lot. So as my thank you gift, I'm going to give you this one last super important piece of advice. Do not give up on posting. Even if you are losing followers, do not stop. And I don't mean this as like some sort of cheesy pep talk or some like personal coaching. This is legitimately backed up by my analytics. Again, this is an app. This is kind of like a game and you're supposed to have fun with it and just play the game with a strategy. We all know about like Instagram versus real life, but it's very easy to get sucked into these things. Essentially what I'm trying to say is as soon as we start to grow, sometimes we forget to continue to post. By the time that we hit Christmas, I was above 90,000 and I had like no expectation of being there. I was hoping for like 20K when this first started. So I just stopped posting. I felt like I had had enough and I was genuinely happy. I didn't really care. And naturally, my Instagram stopped growing. That's going to happen. But I used that as an opportunity for me to prove that my tips work. I started posting daily again and eventually after 3 to 4 weeks, which is just like clockwork, it exploded again. When I first started growing, it took me over 1 whole month of posting consistently and posting a variety of different content and using all of these ideas before I started to grow. The first month, I really didn't grow that much. Maybe a couple of thousand followers, and that's still a lot, but like in comparison to what was coming, I had no idea that posting consistently was going to do this. I was finally just having fun on Instagram again, so I just kept posting anyway, just to see what would happen. And after the second month, I grew 10K. In the final month, I grew literally 25 to 40,000. Essentially, for each month that I posted consistently, the amount of followers that I gained doubled. From 5K in a month to 10K in a month, 20K in a month, 40K in a single month. Like it was unbelievable. It was literally nonsensical. So don't let anybody get in your head about posting, especially if you're posting new content for you. Don't let people say anything about it because after a few weeks, lightning is going to strike, but you have to stay consistent. You can't just like post one reel and be like, everything Colin said was a lie, reels don't work. Just post consistently and don't think about it too much. If you stop posting once you start growing, or if you stop posting when you're not growing, like either way, you're just gonna stop. But there's always a chance to revive your account if you just stay consistent with it and don't let it get inside of your head because it's going to come in waves. You're gonna get picked up by a bunch of followers and then you're gonna drop and you're gonna get picked up again. And you kind of just gotta ride those waves because there is always another wave coming. You just need to be patient and keep paddling towards it. If this video was helpful for you, please let me know in the comments or share it with somebody that you think might need it. By watching my videos and subscribing and just engaging with all my content, it allows me to make the step from doing this part-time to doing this full-time. One click goes a very long way. I just want to make videos on YouTube full-time. And the only way for me to do that is with subscribers, watch time, or if you want to buy the presets, only buy them if you really want to, Like don't necessarily do things just for me. Thank you again. And I will see you in the next video.